Promoting the growth of the tabletop sports hobby, this is Imagisport.
Today, from Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa, Imagisport presents a first-round game in the 2022 Hockey Blast Commissioner Surprise Tournament between the Edmonton Oilers and the Ottawa Senators. Hello there, everybody. Derek Jones here with you once again for a special edition of the Imagisport Showcase. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us here. So it is time once again for the Commissioner's Surprise Tournament, a tournament that is put on by PLAAY Games every year around the time that they release their latest NHL season set for Hockey Blast. This time it's the 2021-22 season. Every team is in this tournament. It's a single elimination, one loss and you're out. And the matchups are determined completely at random. So all 32 teams are put in to a bracket, and then Keith drew the matchups on the PLAAY Games YouTube channel a while back. So the matchup that we have here for you today is Edmonton and Ottawa. Two Canadian teams and two teams that are on the upswing at different levels. For Edmonton, after years of struggling to make the playoffs despite having two of the best players in the world in Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, the Oilers finally broke through last season, finishing second in the Pacific Division with 104 points and making it all the way to the Western Conference Final before losing to the eventual Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche. On the other hand, the Ottawa Senators finished in 7th place in the Atlantic Division with only 73 points. But expectations are high this year with some key free agent moves and a young team. They are looking to make their way up the standings in the Eastern Conference and perhaps snag one of the wild card playoff berths this year in the Eastern Conference. Going back over to the Oilers, like I said, McDavid and Draisaitl are the two key cogs for that Edmonton engine. McDavid led the team in scoring with 123 points, 44 goals, and 79 assists. Draisaitl was the goal-scoring leader with 55 goals on the season for the Oilers. Over on the Ottawa side, again, led by a youth movement, Brady Tkachuk led the team in scoring with 30 goals and 37 assists for a total of 67 points. Their leading goal scorer was Joshua Norris. Oh, by the way, I drafted Joshua Norris this past spring in one of my Stratomatic hockey leagues. And so it looks like to be a good investment now as he scored 35 goals to go along with 20 assists in real life in 2021-22. As far as how they fared in the Commissioner Surprise Tournament last year, Ottawa only lasted one game. They lost to the New York Islanders 4-2 in the first round. Meanwhile, Edmonton had a little bit of a deep run. They went 2-1 in the tournament. They defeated the Kings right here on Imagisport by the score of 3-2. Very dramatic fashion. It was tight all the way to the end. If you haven't seen that, go back through the archives and check that game out. It was indeed a classic. Then in the second round, they defeated the Anaheim Ducks 2-1 in overtime before finally falling to the Tampa Bay Lightning by the score of 5-3. So starting goaltenders for the teams today. For the Oilers, it's going to be Mikko Koskinen in net. He went 27-12-4 in real life last season for Edmonton with a 3.10 goals against average. Between the pipes for Ottawa, it's going to be Anton Forsberg, 22-17-4 with a 2.82 goals against average. Well, the teams are out on the ice. The anthems have been played. We're about ready to go here for Commissioner Surprise Tournament action. So let's go to the game table and start today's. All right, ready for the opening face-off here. Connor McDavid and Josh Norris are out for their respective teams at center ice. The referee checks everything. He's ready to go. It's the Oilers and the Senators Commissioner Surprise action. Get your popcorn ready. Here we go with the opening face-off, and it's a 9. And Ottawa's going to win it, and they're going to get an immediate play out of it. So what's the play going to be for Ottawa? It's going to be a 2-1-3. So it's going to be Batherson and Stoltze. And then Norris is going to get the shot. So that's going to be a 6-star shot, which means the white die has to be a 2 in order for Koskinen to make a save, and it is. So Ottawa with the first shot, they will get, it'll be blocked, it'll be a save, the goalie stacks the pads, but then Batherson is going to get a rebound opportunity. So 3-star against 2 for the rebound opportunity, and that's going to be another save. So 2 saves in the first minute, and Koskinen is going to hold on for a face-off. So right away, Ottawa becoming the aggressor here, and taking it to the Oilers. As we now go in for another face-off, Tierney and Draisaitl at center ice for that. And it's just going to be a regular face-off win for the Senators. They're going to take it up ice, and it's going to be a momentum check. 1 hit for the Oilers and 3 for the Senators, so they're going to get momentum here in the early going. And it's going to be a 4. It's going to be an odd man rush. So who are we going to check here for the odd man rush? We're going to check 0-3. He does not have a triangle, so we're just going to say no shot here and move on. Line switching now. And here we go. It's going to be a Zoom result between White and McLeod, the 2 centermen, and we are going to look for skill, and McLeod's going to have it. So the Oilers are going to get the play result this time, and it's going to be a secondary play. Secondary play coming up, it's going to be 5-4-1. So it's going to be Kulak and Barry, and going to feed it to Polajarvi. One-star shot without the momentum. Goalie doesn't need momentum stars, although he does have them, and it is going to be turned wide anyway. So missed shot opportunity by Edmonton, saved by Forsberg, and it's just going to go right back to Ottawa, and we're going to resume play in the next minute. We'll change lines one more time. And then it's a 3. Play result. Team with the most triangles this time. And so, and on this particular place, there is 1 triangle for Shabbat right here in Ottawa. So Ottawa is going to get to play because of it. So for Ottawa, they're going to get a secondary play out of this, and it is going to be a 3-4-5. So it'll be Gaudette and Shabbat with the assist and Holden. So we're talking 1-star shot here for that, and that is not going to make it. It's going to be stopped by Koskinen, but the rebound is going to go to 0-1, so that's going to go to Connor Brown, who with a momentum star will get 1, plus a rebound shot will get 2, so it's a 2-star shot here for Ottawa, but that's not going to go in either. Koskinen takes it aside. The Oilers will take the puck, and we will move on to the next minute. 4 minutes gone here, no score. So here we go, and it's going to be a penalty event. So our first penalty event of the game. And so let's see here who is going to get whistled. And it's going to be D5, so we're talking Zub going up against Kane, and Kane actually has the higher penalty rating, so he's going to be the one that is going to be getting whistled here, and it's going to be a so basically it's not going to be Evander Kane here, but it's going to be a bench minor instead. So how about that? So basically, disregard indicated player, choice player may serve. So we'll put down that Edmonton got a bench minor here. And so time of that is going to be 5. It's going to be 4:39 on the time for that. And so now we have to figure out who is going to sit out here as we go to power minutes, and we try to figure out where to go from here. Ottawa will, actually Edmonton needs to do this first. Edmonton is going to do a line skip anyway to get their 2 penalty killing defensemen on the ice here. And so with that, they will just they'll send Yamamoto to serve the penalty. Meanwhile, on the other hand, for the Ottawa, they're going to do a line skip as well to get their top defenders out on the ice here. So we have everything set up here for the power minutes. And so here we go, first power play of this game. And it's a face-off won by the face-off player, but there are 2 dots for the two penalty kills. So basically, it is just a 2-minute lull. And so the Oilers have successfully killed off that penalty, and we resume with a face-off here at center ice. Well, actually, if it's a 2-minute lull, the lines will stay the same. 13 minutes to go, first period, no score. Then it goes to the visiting team this time, which is the Oilers, and they're going to get a play chance. Their first play chance, actually second play chance of the game. This one's going to be a 3-1 choice. So it's going to be McDavid and Kane, and then we'll give it to Yamamoto for the shot. So 4-star shot for Yamamoto against 4 for the save, and just barely Forsberg gets his hand on that. So it's just going to go straight to the Senators, and we're down to 12 minutes to go. Next action up is going to be another momentum check, and this one is going to go back to the Senators again. Reroll of the dice here. It's 11. We're going to look for 2 squares this time. The Oilers only have 1. So in this case, the Senators are going to get another play out of it with another chance to get the first goal of the game. 2-1-3 on the play result. Ennis and Tkachuk is going to try to feed Tierney. It's going to be a 3-star shot here, and it's going to get on net, but Koskinen is going to get a glove on it. And and 1 square on defense. The Oilers do have that, so they're going to take control of the puck. And we will change lines and move on. Oilers coming up the ice. We have our first ice blast of the game. And the quality we are looking for here is the hit quality. No hits on Edmonton's side. 3 hits on the side of the Senators. So they're definitely going to win that hit check. And they are going to go ahead and take away the puck right there. Halfway through the first period, we have no score between the Oilers and the Senators, and the clock stops again as we have ourselves another penalty event. So with that in mind, let's see who is going to go to the box this time. It's actually going to be coincidental minors. So we're just going to say coincidentals right here. And so the time of those coincidental minors is going to be 10:15. So coincidental minors here, and so usually we'll just do a house rule and just make it just 4-on-4. So in this case, we'll just go ahead. And so normally with 4-on-4, you usually just don't play with any lulls. The 7 will become a 3. At least that's how I play it anyway. So we'll take out Batherson and Yamamoto again for the 4-on-4. All right, 4-on-4 opportunity here. And it is going to go to Edmonton. And Edmonton's going to get a Zoom result here. And actually, it's going to be 2 against 4, but there is no 2, so it's just going to be up to Evan Bouchard here, and we're looking for power for him. He does have the power, so Edmonton's going to go ahead and get a play chance here. It's going to be a 3-1 choice once again, so it's going to be McDavid and Kane. But we can't give it to Yamamoto, so we'll give it to Bouchard instead. But it's only going to be a 3-star shot against the play save, and that's not going to do. So Forsberg stops that one, and we have a face-off going into our second minute of 4-on-4 action here. these down as well, just for simplicity's sake. Here we go. So back up to Edmonton for winning the face-off here, and it's going to be a turnover chance. Do we have any squares on Ottawa? We do not, so we're just going to keep rolling the dice here, see what happens. Play result, do we have triangles? We do have triangles on both sides, but Draisaitl has more than Tkachuk does, and Barrie has one as well. So Edmonton's going to get the play result here. It's going to be 1-3-5. So it's going to be Nugent, Hopkins, and Draisaitl feeding Kulak. So 1, 2, 3, cut in half. So it's only going to be a one-star shot, though, and that's going to be easily turned aside by Anton Forsberg. And the puck's going to go to Ottawa, and that's going to be it for the 4-on-4 opportunity, as both teams are now back at full strength. 7 minutes to go here in a scoreless game with Ottawa having the puck, and we have our first major 3-minute lull of the game here. So it takes us down to 4 minutes left, and a face-off at center ice. So we drop the puck, and we get a face-off, high face-off man, but another 3 minutes for another lull. It's going to take us down to 1 minute left in the first period. And so now it's going to be a 10 high face-off player this time. 49 against 47. Colin White's going to win it for Ottawa. So one last chance here to get something going here before the period ends. But with the square, Edmonton's going to get it back as Cody Ceci strips the puck away. But that's just going to turn into a lull, and that's going to do it for period number 1. So we played one here at Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa, and your score, there is no score between the Oilers and the Ottawa Senators, and we'll be back with period number 2 right after this timeout. And we are scoreless after one period of play here in Ottawa between the Oilers and the Senators. Shots on goal in that first period, Edmonton with 8 and Ottawa with 10. And just wanted to remind you that today's game is being brought to you by PLAAY Games, the makers of Hockey Blast, the official game engine of this Commissioner Surprise Tournament. And as you can see here on the Play Classic website, the 2021-22 Pro Hockey season is now available in PDF and printed format. The PDF is $21. The printed format is $39. Plus, we have other seasons available, including seasons from the 80s, 70s, 90s. We also have the full game on sale for $57. Expanded Pro season, where you get both the AHL and the NHL teams. And like I said, many different seasons here that Play sells, including all-time franchise great teams. And if fictional's your thing, there are Hockey North America sets as well. Also, there's a how-to guide for Hockey Blast. I use that to create my minor league sets. So, like I said, if you're interested, you haven't got a chance, pick up some of these sets in this game from Play Classic. It is a very fun hockey game to play. I am a proponent of that each game is fun in its own way. And what I will say about Hockey Blast is that it doesn't take too long to play. Usually I can get a game in about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on stat keeping and how the dice rolls. But even though it doesn't take long and it's pretty simple to play, it does tell a complete story. And you'll see that whenever you roll it out on your tabletop. So once again, that is Hockey Blast from PLAAY Games. You can get your copy or other seasons of Hockey Blast right now at playclassic.com. That's 2 A's in the word play, playclassic.com. All right, so the teams are back out on the ice for period number 2, so that's where we'll go next, onto the game table to start the second period between the Oilers and the Senators. Okay, period number 2, getting set to face off, McDavid and Norris in the face-off circle once again, and here we go, and we start off the second period the way we ended the first, with a lull. So 3 minutes go off the clock, and we will roll the dice again. This time, it is going to be waved off. So we're going to have new face-off men. It's going to be Stultz and Kane taking the draw here, but it really doesn't matter. Stultz wins it, but again, it's going to be another 3 minutes off the clock for another lull. So 6 minutes gone by without a goal scored. Senators are going to win the puck on this face-off, however, and they're going to take it up ice, and we're going to have our play result for triangles for the Senators, only 2 for the Oilers. So the Senators are going to get that play result here, and it's going to be a 3-2-1 chance to take the lead here. Norris and Batherson feeding Stoltz. So 1, 2, 3, 4-star shot to put up against Koskinen here, but they do not make it. As Koskinen will stop that, they'll change lines, and we will move the clock down a minute. So here's Edmonton with the puck, and it's another lull. So 3 more tick down, and we go back to center ice for another face-off. And this time it's going to be the Senators, and they're going to get an immediate play result. So the play result this time is going to be a 4-2 choice. So it's going to be Del Zotto and Ennis, and they're going to try to feed Brady Tkachuk this time on a 3-star attempt, and he does not get the job done there either. As Koskinen stops easily, drops it behind his net, and the Oilers will pick it up, and we will resume play. Oilers carrying the puck up ice, 9 minutes to go, no score here in the second period, and it's going to be a spectacular save chance. Spectacular save chance, so Puljujarvi here is going to have the puck, but we need to go to the spectacular save shot, and Forsberg is only a 1-star on spectacular saves, and we have an 8, and what do you know, 1 star or better, he saves it. So we have a save and a face-off, and the Senators get momentum out of this. How about that? Forsberg with the spec save to keep this game scoreless. Wow. All right, here we go with that. We're going to switch lines once again. Down to 8 minutes to go here in period number 2. Ottawa with momentum, and the game scoreless. And we're going to drop the puck, and we're going to have another lull. So 3 more minutes go off the clock here, and that's going to take away the momentum, and we'll drop the puck again. And again, we get another lull. So last year's Commissioner Surprise game on the Magisport had lots of action. This year, not so much. Okay, back to Ottawa for the face-off. They're going to get an immediate play here with 2 minutes to go in the frame, but it's going to be a secondary play. And that secondary play is going to be 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be Gaudette and Shabbat feeding Nick Holden. So that's only going to be a 1-star shot. 1-star shot against Koskinen, not going to get it done here. However, with that, it's clear an attempt kept inside the blue line. So Ottawa's going to get one more chance at this. So we'll remove the markers here, and we'll get one more chance during this minute, and it's going to be an ice blast this time. And we are going to be looking for skill. So we have 1, 2, 3 skills for the Oilers, and only 2 for the Senators. So the puck's just going to be turned over here, and we're going to get down to our last minute of play in the first period, or the second period, I should say. So let's see if the Oilers can do something in this last minute with a play result. 1, 2, 3 for the Oilers here on this. 1, 2, 3 for the Senators. So no momentum. So basically the tiebreaker then will go to the home team. That'll be Ottawa, and that will end the second period of play. So we ended the second period just like we ended the first, with no score between Edmonton and Ottawa. Back with the third period right after this timeout. All right, back here with another Play Games intermission report here for you. Once again, we are scoreless after 2 periods here in this first round matchup between the Oilers and Sens. Shots on goal. In the second period for Edmonton, they had 7 shots on goal for a 2-period total of 15. Ottawa had 11 shots for a 2-period total of 21. So before we get back to action for the third period, let's take a look around the tournament so far. You can check out what's happening in the tournament by going to the tournament's results page, which is located in the blog that's on the Play Classic website. So as I'm recording this earlier this week, show you the games that have already happened so far in this tournament. So if we kind of go down through here, the Avalanche defeated the Wild by the score of 4-1. The Avs never trailed in this. Looks like Rantanen and McKinnon both had 2-point nights there. Columbus beat Florida 6-4 to move on. They had a 5-0 lead after 2 periods there. Buffalo won in overtime, 5-4 over the Jets. Jeff Skinner with the game winner. Vegas over Vancouver, 3-1. 2 goals from Max Pacioretty in that one. Pittsburgh all over Nashville, 4-1. Ricard Raquel had 2 goals. Tristan Jory, 37 saves. The Kraken won their opening round game, 2-0 over Toronto. Nylander and McCann. And then finally, Carolina defeated Detroit by a score of 7-2. So as you can see, there are still some TBAs here in the first round. So if you're interested in playing a first round game, or even if you want to play one in the second round, once we get those matchups started here, just on the same page, there's a form here where you can put your name and email address and which game you would like to play. Then Keith will get back to you and give you the particulars on when you should get it done by and all that. So once again, our result will be added here once you see this video. So once again, that was your intermission report, brought to you once again by PLAAY Games, the official game company of the Commissioner Surprise Tournament. All right, teams are back out for the third period. It's been a defensive struggle so far. Who's going to break through and get the deciding goal here? Can somebody get it in this frame, or will we be going to overtime? Only one way to find out, and that's to go back to the game table. So let's head there for period number 3. Okay, back here in Ottawa for period number 3. Who can break through on the scoreboard? We'll find out soon enough. And the opening faceoff is going to go to Ottawa, and they're going to get an immediate play. Let's see if we can break this scoreless deadlock here. 2-1-3 is where we're going to be going with. Batherson and Stultz are going to feed Josh Norris. So we definitely need a 2 or less on the white die, and we're not going to get it. And we have our first goal of the game. Josh Norris puts it by Mikko Koskinen, and the Senators take a 1-0 lead. So right off the face-off, Josh Norris puts it in from Batherson and Stultz. And we have our first goal of the game. Time of that opening goal, 39 seconds. And the Senators have broke through, and this Ottawa crowd is in a frenzy right now. Goals so hard to come by in playoff situations. And in the Commissioner Surprise Tournament, at least in this game, is no different. So now the Oilers find themselves trailing 1-0. Let's see if they can get back into this. Here we go. So high faceoff player will win this time. 53-50, that's Draisaitl. So he's going to carry it for Edmonton. But it's going to be a lull. So puck goes back to center ice, but bye-bye goes Ottawa's momentum. And we will drop the puck once again. And we're waved off this time. So now we're going to have Nugent Hopkins and Brady Tkachuk. Go here. High face-off player wins. That's going to be Brady Tkachuk with a 50%. So Ottawa is going to get the puck, but they're going to just pass it back and forth. And 3 more minutes go off with another lull. 13 minutes to go in regulation, 1-0 Ottawa. So now Edmonton will win the face-off this time. And let's see what they can do with it. It's going to be an ice blast. And what are we looking for here? We're looking for star quality. Draisaitl is a star for the Oilers. No stars for the Senators. So the Oilers are going to get a chance to tie things up here. 2-3-4 on the play chance. So Brassard and Draisaitl are going to feed Bouchard. It's going to be a 3-star shot. 3 stars against 4. No good either way. So Edmonton is not going to get it. However, that's an 11. And you know what that means. It's going to be a breakaway play for the Senators. The crowd's on their feet here. And what's that going to look like? It's going to be 2-1-3. It's going to be Ennis and Kachuk feeding Chris Tierney. And since it is a breakaway, momentum stars come into play. It's going to be a 3-star shot here. And it's going to go just past Koskinen, and the Senators lead by 2. Chris Tierney with the breakaway coming off of the stopped shot by Bouchard. And now the Senators have a 2-goal lead. Ennis and Kachuk on the assists here. And so let's roll for time here. 7 minutes and 56 seconds. And the Senators are up 2-0. And the fans are going dog crazy here in Ottawa, as they are looking to upset the highly favored Oilers here. And so we're going to go back to the Oilers. They're going to win this face-off. And let's see what happens here. Oh, it's another lull. Something that the Oilers didn't quite want to happen here, because that takes 2 minutes off the clock, although it does steal the Senators' momentum away. Down to 9 minutes of regulation. Oilers find themselves down by 2, and now 3 more minutes are going to come off the clock with yet another lull. That'll take the clock down to 6 minutes. Oilers, let's do a decide or die here. Let's see. Are we going to go back to our top lines here? We are not. We're going to stay with third lines. All right. So Oilers are going to win this face-off again, and let's see what happens. This time it's going to be an odd man rush. Who are we going to check here? We're going to check D5. Does D5 have a square? He does not. So the Oilers are going to get a play. Chance to bring it within 1. 2-1-3 here. So it's going to be Hyman and Poljarvi, and it's going to be feeding McLeod, but no black stars here. So it's basically just going to be a free shot here for Forsberg. Very easy save that's made. Sens will pick the puck back up, and we're going to move on. And now we're down to 5 minutes to go in this one, and the Senators are up by 2. And so we're going to have a momentum check this time. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits for Edmonton, and only 1, 2 for the Senators. So Oilers with a much-needed boost here. Let's see what's going to happen with this one. Up, penalty event. Bad time to draw a penalty here. Depending on how it's going to be played here, it's going to be 6. It's going to go to D5. So that's Holden, who has a penalty rating of 0. Cassian's got a penalty rating of 1. So the worst possible thing happened here for the Oilers, in that Zach Cassian's going to go to the box. So now our only question is, for how long? And it's going to be another bench minor. So 2 bench minors. The Oilers very undisciplined in their line changes today, as they pick up their second bench minor of the game. Unbelievable. Time of this bench minor is going to be 15:58. Wow. So with that in mind, we'll have Yamamoto, and actually we'll do a line skip here to get our penalty killers back out. Sens will do their line skip as well to get their power play. They're going to actually take the momentum, at least on a temporary basis, since they are on the power play here. So on the power play, with 4 minutes to go in regulation, they get a goal here, and it's pretty much over. All right, we're going to drop the puck. It's going to be 10. Man advantage team wins the faceoff. That's going to be the Senators, and it's going to go to spectacular save time. So we're going to have have Norris take the shot here. Koskinen is a 2-star on the spectacular save roll. It's a 7, 2-star repair. He does get the spec save. So they're going to kill that minute. So how about that? So the Ottawa is going to get a shot, but Koskinen makes a spec save on it. That's going to kill 1 minute of the power play. And so they kill this penalty. They're going to keep that momentum that they had before they lost it. And actually, the Oilers are going to do a double. Well, let's see. They don't need to do a double shift because, well, actually, yes, they will. They want to keep their 2 circles out there. Sens will do the same thing. 3 minutes to go. Face off at center ice. And it's going to be a 3, waved off. So now Stultz and Kane will take it. 5. It's going to be a shorthanded team. That's going to be the Oilers winning the face-off here. And it's going to be a 6. It's going to be Zoom. It's going to be Shabbat. And there is no Yamamoto, so it's basically going to be Shabbat by himself. Looking for Smart. He is not Smart. So basically, since the Oilers have the puck, they're going to be the ones that are actually going to get a shorthanded chance here. So the shorthanded chance is going to be 3-2-1, or basically 3 and 1. So it looks like they might get a shorthanded goal here. But Forsberg's got a pretty good save rating, and it's going to work this time, as the Oilers got the shorthanded shot off, but Forsberg saves it rather easily. And so it'll go there. It'll be down to 2 minutes left. But remember, Oilers had momentum going into the power play. They got that spectacular save, so now they're going to get momentum once again. And they'll go down to the second line. 2 minutes left to go, down by 2. Do the Oilers pull their goalie here in an attempt to maybe get back in this game here? I mean, they do have the Senators have the puck, so they're not going to. I mean, the Senators do have the puck here. So what to do? It looks like they're down by 2, and so why not? They were going to go ahead and pull their goalie here. And so with that in mind, they will have they'll have the 3 be the extra person here. So McDavid and Draisaitl are both out on the ice. Goalie is pulled, 2 minutes left here for Edmonton to try to get one back. And it's going to be a Zoom result once again. So it is going to be Del Zotto against Brassard. And so what do we got here? Del Zotto against Brassard with power. Del Zotto doesn't have it. Neither does Brassard. It's going to turn over. 1 minute to go here in the period. Again, Koskinen's on the bench. They have the extra man. Both the last line skips are going to be used here. We're going to pull it all out. So down to our final minute with the net empty, and it's an empty netter. So Ottawa is going to get the last laugh here, and they're going to win this one by the score of 3-0. But let's go to our chart here and see who shot it into the empty net. It is going to be the highest rated shooter, so that's going to be Josh Norris. He's going to get that, and our assists are going to go to the 2 highest, and that's going to be Batherson and Stultz. All right, so we'll get the time of that empty net goal. It's going to be 19 minutes and 7 seconds. All right, no sense doing a face-off here to prolong things. We're just gonna end this, and that's gonna do it. So the Senators get 3 goals in the third period, and they will move on to the second round with a 3-0 shutout over Edmonton. Let's go back to the studio for a wrap-up of today's game. And another upset has occurred here in the Commissioner Surprise Tournament. The Senators shut out the Edmonton Oilers by the score of 3-0. Let's go to the scoring summary and tell you how it happened today. Josh Norris started off the scoring in the first minute of the third period at 39 seconds from Batherson and Stultz to make it 1-0 Ottawa, and then they extended the lead at 7:56. Chris Tierney put it behind Mikko Koskinen. Ennis and Kachuk were the assist grabbers there, and it was 2-0 Ottawa. Stayed that way until the final minute. Edmonton had their goalie pulled, and Josh Norris got his second goal of the game. Batherson and Stultz again on the assists to make it a 3-0 final score. Shots on goal, I did make a mistake. The Edmonton Oilers actually had 8 shots on goal in the second period, not 7. They had 10 in the third period for a total of 26. Ottawa also had 10 shots in the third period. They finished with a game total of 31. All right, now time for our 3 stars of the game. The number 3 star went to Chris Tierney of the Senators. He scored what proved to be the insurance goal, actually, the second goal there in that 3-goal third period. The number 2 star went to Josh Norris. He scored 2 goals, the game winner at the first minute of the third period, and then the empty netter at the last minute of the third period. And then your number 1 star and the Magisport player of the game is Anton Forsberg, the goaltender for Ottawa. 26 save shutout for him as his Senators blank the Edmonton Oilers today. So again, what a game there you have there. So coming up next on the Magisport Showcase might feature another game in the Commissioner Surprise Tournament. If I get to roll one out next week on camera, we'll see how things play out. I know that Keith wanted the first round to be done by Saturday, so we'll just, or at least by the weekend. So we'll see how things play out there, what the second round looks like, and might be able to get another game on air next week. Other than that, again, want to crank out the next episode of Old School Wrestling pretty soon as we make our way towards OSWA Uprising. And at some point, I'll get to my great games of the past series. Not quite sure when that will be. So that's going to do it from Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa. Your final score today, the Ottawa Senators 3 and the Edmonton Oilers 0 in the first round of the 2022 Hockey Blast Commissioner Surprise Tournament. From all of us here at Magisport, this is Derek Jones saying thank you once again for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and most of all, keep on rolling. We'll see you next time.